Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck Spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and it is the first Spotlight video of the brand new expansion. Rastakhan's Rumble is out. We've been cracking packs all day. You can check out that video over on YouTube or on the Twitch VODs, Tommy_Wave. But today we have Jeleniowaty's budget Zoolock updated for the brand new era. And it's very, very sweet. It's exactly what we wanted to experiment with, which is the Grim Rally and Spirit of the Bat kind of synergies going on here. So Grim Rally, in case you haven't seen it, brand new card from Rastakhan's Rumble. 1 mana, destroy a friendly minion to give all your minions +1/+1. So we've got a lot of spare minions lying around in Zoolock, Warlock. We've got Fireflies and Flame Elementals. We've got Kobold Librarians after they've already drawn us a card. We've got Mecharoo or the Joey bot. So quite a lot of minions that don't have a lot of high impact that we can trade in to get a big buff on our board. We've also got Scarab Egg in here. Jeleniowaty's chosen to include. This is a new egg. We don't get a big 5/5 Devil's Oar from it. Instead, we just get 3 1/1 Scarabs, but this works great with our Grim Rally. Build up a nice wide board. We can use the Grim Rally to crack our egg, as well as cards like Direwolf Alpha to buff it up so that we can trade in. The other part of the deck is this interesting Spirit of the Bat kind of combination here, where we can trade in minions, hopefully profitably. Wow, is that a word? Hopefully we can profit off of that, but if we make good trades, we can also buff cards in our hand, and we have cards like Doubling Imp and Saronite Chain Gang, which really take advantage of that. If we can get 2 or 3 buffs on any of those, they can come down and do quite a lot of damage. Now, what the deck is lacking... Oh, we've also got Soul Infusion in here for the exact same purpose. Now, what the deck is lacking is some kind of like reach or charge or something like that. Obviously, this is a budget deck. I think we'd love to include Leroy. I'd love to include Doom Guards or something like that, or Jeklik, you know, some other kind of discard element in there. Because I think those also go really well with Spirit of the Bat. If we can land a couple of buffs on a Leroy or on a Doom Guard or something like that, we can really do a lot of damage. And really take advantage of the Spirit not being able to attack very well outside of our Direwolf Alpha. So without further ado, we're going to jump into some games. Obviously, it's a brand new meta, so we're probably going to face a lot of weird stuff, but we're going to see how well this deck does. But I predict that this is going to be a fantastic deck for those of you who are sitting at the rank 20s, looking to do some climbing, looking to upgrade those chests, and yeah, let's see how we go. Okay. First game of the new expansion here, up against Hunter, up against Rexar. We'd probably expect this to be some kind of Spell Hunter. Spell Hunter has been kind of pointed out as just being one of the more high impact decks. And we got a curious kind of hand here. So Soul Infusion buffs the leftmost minion in our hand. I'm really not sure which of these we want to kind of drop a buff onto, or if we just want to try and curve out and... Interesting. Springpool. I think we'll go for the Vulgar Homunculus. We'll just trade here. Not sure what Springpaw kind of says. Could be anything really, but could be someone experimenting with a different 1-drop in like a mid-range hunter. Eaglehorn Bow, okay. So I think we'll go Flame Imp and Direwolf Alpha here. Kind of really pressure the board and hopefully free us up to life tap next turn. This Vulgar Homunculus does a very good job of protecting the board against the Eaglehorn Bow. Maybe not so good if our opponent drops a secret. It's an explosive trap, I think, could blow us out of the water. Another thing to note that right now Grim Rally is not so great. Huh. This is a real tough one. I mean, if it's explosive, we're going to wander into the explosive anyway, but I think we just have to test it. Wandering monster's okay. It's a good 3 to get. Another soul infusion. Yeah, I think we'll just get maximum dudes out. Putting the fire elementals on this side because I think we're more likely to trade with these elementals. So, in case we want to kind of chain off our Direwolf Alpha hits. Our opponent under a lot of pressure here, but you know, I think there's a lot of cards that can definitely bail them out of a situation. So, a little bit punished here from our placement in that we can't get a bit more value. Let's get this Spirit of the Bat out here. See what happens. Another Wandering Monster. Uru. Couple Librarians, pretty good draw there. So you can see a little bit of the plus side of this Spirit of the Bat, that you know, now when we drop our Fungal Mancer, we're getting even more stats out of it. Unfortunately, I think this is the exact problem that we were talking about before, where our opponent's at 16 and probably about to stabilize. Play a secret from your deck. Okay, so our opponent had both Wandering Monsters, so this is going to be freezing or explosive. I think we're happy to trigger the explosive trap this turn. Do we want to throw the Scarab Egg down so that it dies? I think we can do that. There's freezing. Is this explosive as well? No. What is this then? Some kind of snake. Some kind of sneaky snake trap.
I wonder.
We are very low. Yeah, I assume it's Venom Strike. Oh, okay. Well, it could be anything if they're on some kind of Subject 9 list. Yep.
Mushroom power!
Not that this Soul Infusion is going to do much, but... Ooh, does our opponent have Rexar? Rexar for the full clear. Not exactly the full clear, but close. Big Rexy boy. Now this is a bit awkward. Hey there, Rexy boy. Flying through the sky so fancy free. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Our opponent's creating a beast as well. Which is very curious to do that after attacking. Do I have lethal on the board? Oh, it has rush too. Oh, Stone Tusk Ball and Iron Beak Owl. Very good, good rip for our opponent. What else they got? Secret. We've been through both Wandering Monsters, so I imagine it could be Explosive if they do play a secret. Could be numerous things. I think even if it's explosive, we still want to deploy this Fungalmancer first to get the extra damage in. I think I want a Soul Infusion this turn rather than tap. Okay, so that's the triple snake. The triple snake one. Or rat. But we just played 3 cards, right? So it's not rat. Possibly something we could have, should have factored in to our plan, but our opponent's going to need something real juicy right here to not die. Shangang is probably juicy enough. Hopefully this is freezing. The other one freezing. Yes. Okay, so we can redeploy this chain gang now. After we trade. I don't think we'll tap. I think we just need as many things on board as possible. I'd tap here if we had the potential to draw something that killed our opponent, like a Doomguard or something. But we only have Soulfire as reach. And our opponent on 5. So they're hoping for Poisonous here. That's the best result. Divine Shield, not so good. Bit better now. Requiring multiple attacks in. Opponent doing a good job there. What was the other half of this? Bloodfen Raptor. Okay. We have lethal right now, right? This doesn't have lifesteal. Whew, GG. Oh, what a tight one. We saw a couple of interesting synergies and a couple of anti-synergies there. That Soul Infusion wasn't really doing too much. Very hard to deploy with Fungalmancer in the deck. But GG. Okay, up against Snorlax the Rogue.
Your soul shall be mine.
I think we'll just keep the Mecharoo here. Soulfire is interesting, but not too sure if we want to go hedging against like Odd Rogue, like a very aggressive Odd Rogue deck. Oh, we got the Soulfire anyway. For a deck with a really low curve, we sure are drawing a lot of these 4 and 5 cost minions. Unfortunately, a turn too late. Would have loved to play the Spirit of the Bat on the turn that they're probably going to dagger and kill our Mecharoo. No, a 3-drop. Raiding Party. Alright, we got a sweet pirate brew going on from our opponent. Let's get this homunculus out. It'll protect our Mecharoo from getting traded into. Well, you can already see we've got like an interesting thing going on next turn where we can Spirit of the Bat, Grim Rally, sacking this. Our buff guaranteed goes onto a chain gang. Soul Infusion as well, so I think we're going to I think we might do that. Get a buff onto this, and now we've got a 5/6 Saronite Chain Gang coming down. Still got the Spirit of the Bat in play as well, and any of these, this is like the ideal situation for Spirit of the Bat, where any of your triggers are going to go onto a minion, but well, life's still so early onto a Kingsman. That's yeah, we might be up a bit of a creek here, folks. I don't particularly want to get vanished on, so I think what we're going to do is I'm actually going to deploy the small Chain Gang and Grim Rally this turn.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
So in case our opponent does have the Vanish, or the Prep Vanish, rather, we've got a huge Chain Gang that we can deploy. Greenskin, that's not Vanish. Still very good though. I think we might just go face here. If we suspect our opponent has if we suspect that Vanish is our opponent's best out, I think just go wide. If they want to trade, they can trade. But we've got the Saronite Chain Gang to hopefully close the game out. Or at least between Saronite Chain Gang and Soulfire. It's a delicious predicament for our opponent. They can Vanish here. Yep. So we do get 2 Chain Gangs back. And we kind of can get our Spirit of the Bat back too. So let's see if they've got another Vanish.
Can this go on?
Any other things that they could have here to potentially get us? I mean, they could have the Legendary, though I think she costs 8 and they've already played the point.
A clever concoction.
Alright, so this takes care of one of them, but the other one remains. And we've got 8 plus Soulfire. GG. So I think we played, not to toot my own horn, but I think we played very well there. I think going for the buffed Chain Gang probably would have had us lose the game. Especially because our opponent had the Vanish and the Prep the turn they played the Captain Greenskin. So they could have just fired it off earlier, but GG. Back with the third one.
Your soul shall be mine.
Okay. Here against Mage. I'm not sure if we want Grim Rally without... Maybe we are supposed to keep it. I mean, this is a really good hand. Very aggressive hand. Voidwalker to protect the other small boys. Firefly gives us some granularity in case we do brick off and draw some expensive cards. I think we'll keep this. We'll see how this hand goes. We'll see if this is maybe too cheap. Maybe we should be trying to mulliganing for more of a curve. We also don't really know what we're up against. Maybe we're up against a deck that has, you know, a bunch of blast waves and a bunch of other AoE clears that are particularly good against our small boys. Soul Infusion is very... feels like a really awkward draw here. Where I don't think we really want a Soul Infusion on many of these targets. Opponent in with the hero power. This is definitely a matchup where if our opponent has the totem, the spirit, we might be in for a bit of pain. Keep this coin. It's possible we should have coined out this flame elemental. Vulgar Homunculus. Alright. Here it is. Now we're on the tap plan. We've got our supporting spells, but they're not looking so great right now.
Engaging TC mental dislocator.
It's gonna be one of those expansions, hey? Blizzard. Alright, let's see what numerous ways our opponent would like to destroy us. Polymorph, okay, so they don't have... Maybe they have Blizzard and not... I guess we will find out. Don't talk to me about Blizzard expansions. I miss Legion. Well, I miss Knights of the Frozen. I miss Wrath of Legion, so I'll talk as much as I want. That's where the Saronite Cheney boys were. Me take book.
Why do you call?
Alright, let's see if they have the Flame Strike or the other Blizzard or many of the other spells that that destroy us. We are one Soulfire down as well. And that's a card we'd have to lean on quite a lot if we don't have Leroy or anything. It's a weird Meteor placement.
Well done.
Did they mean to hit this one? Yeah, I guess we just got pretty lucky in that matchup in that, you know, if our opponent didn't have, you know, our opponent could have very easily had like Blast Wave or Dragon's Fire plus Flame Strike instead of Blizzard plus Meteor, and we would have gotten thoroughly stomped, but we did what we had to do. We didn't try and play around anything because we probably just make the game go longer on and die. And I think when you're playing a budget deck, you may as well just go for it. Not a lot of if they've got it, they've got it, and you can go on to the next game. So taking a look at the deck here, I think this is great. I think it's a fantastic deck. As far as the budget side of things go, look, what is this? 8 rares, 10 rares, something along those lines. A lot of great crafts here. You know, Saronite Chain Gang is going to rotate out soon, but it's going to be fantastic until then. Spirit of the Bat felt really good in the deck. You know, you saw in especially that second game there, we just got massive buffs with the Spirit of the Bat, and it really was probably one of the reasons we won that game. I think we wouldn't have won that game had our boys been small and frail. Grim Rally did a lot of stuff, though. I think one of the things I'd like to see is obviously a bit more reach with cards like Leroy or Reckless Rocketeer if you want to keep it budget. The other card that I would like to see in here, just because I really like it with Grim Rally, is the Water Boy, which is a card that we've talked a lot about before. 2 mana, 2/1. Next hero power this turn costs 0. So this is essentially a 2 mana Kobold Librarian, which isn't great, but it keeps the deck. We keep having that velocity, which is what we want, where we're deploying things and still keeping our hand filled up. The other card that I'd like to test in here, that we actually tested out with Token Druid a while ago, is our Lost Spirit. This card definitely fits that wide board kind of strategy. And you know, if you ever Grim Rally, sacking a Lost Spirit, all of a sudden it's like a Savage Roar, and that's pretty cool. And we could potentially experiment with more cards like Microtech Controller or something along those lines. Microtech Controller being whereabouts? This one. It's more of a wide kind of style, but I really like the Scarab Egg in here. I was hoping it was going to be good, and it definitely performed quite well. So big shout outs to Jeleniowatyy. If you are watching on YouTube, all the links are down in the description. Jump over to that deck on Hearthstone, give it a +1, leave a lovely thoughtful comment, as I know you will. Let me know if you've been playing this deck, if you've been smashing it at the high ranks or smashing it at the low ranks. But until next time, stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich, eat your eggs. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.